All right, today we're going to talk about something a little bit differently, but it still goes along with your jewelry making skills. And it's about your goals as what you want to be and who you want to be as a jewelry maker. These are some of the tough questions. You know, I've talked about before how many opportunities there are in jewelry making, you know, from designing, from bench jewelers, from repair jeweler to custom jewelry to making your own line to CAD to training and all that stuff. And they're all viable options, career options. But if you just want to have a hobby, get a side gig where you make a few pieces on the side, that's cool too. But you've got to identify where you want to go and what you want to do with those skills you have. So I've got a number of questions I'm going to ask you, and I want you to consider them pretty deeply. So the first one is, are you satisfied with your skills that you have as a jewelry maker? You know, I've been at the bench for over 40 years. I'm still not satisfied with my skills. I'm still always pressing myself to be better, to learn new things. And, you know, I could be alive for another 100 years and there's still things out there that I'm not going to be an expert at. So what I have to do is say, okay, this is the areas that I want to be really good at. The other ones I can dabble in and still work at it and still do things in there. But what are the targeted areas that I want to be an expert at in my field? That's my mentality. But to you, it's different. So I'm going to ask, you know, why did you begin this jewelry making journey? Did you just want to express yourself through metal? Did you have a dream of something that you wanted to accomplish? So kind of go back and ask yourself, you know, why did I begin this journey? And am I satisfied where I am on that journey? And if you're not, then that's probably why you're on YouTube looking for instructions and things like that. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I've created this channel, was to help people on their journey to become a jewelry maker. And it's focused on beginner to intermediate, but we do some other stuff as well that everybody can get good content out of. So another question I will ask is, what is the one goal that you want to accomplish in the next 30 days? If you're a jewelry maker and you're always trying to get better, what's something that you want to really focus on in the next 30 days? Is it learning how to solder better, solder more effectively, be confident in your soldering? And, you know, is it stone setting? You know, there's so many different areas in jewelry making, but what I've learned over the past number of years is how to identify goals that I want to accomplish and then write those goals down so that I can see them, so that they're always on the front of my mind. Because if you're like me, things that are shiny catch your attention, and pretty soon you're focused on this, doing this, and pretty soon it's like, oh, that's kind of neat, and I want to go this way. And then you're going that way, and it's like you see something, it's like, oh wow, look, I'm going to go do this. So it's kind of like, you know, the shiny object mentality. So what I have found is, if I can identify the goals that I have, that I want to accomplish, and I write them down in a visible place so that I can see it every day, then it's always reminding me, this is where I'm going, this is what I want to do, this is who I want to be. And when those shiny things come up, then I can identify them and say, okay, I have a decision to make. Do I want to chase that thing? Because it's going to cost me my focus. Sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes it's say, you know what, I can do that later. I'm really focused on doing this right now. So when, like I said, if you can identify things that you want to do in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 1 year, whatever, then you're target focused on making steps towards doing that. So that's a tip that I want to give you. If you can identify the goals that you want to do, write it down and put it somewhere so that you can see it every day, so that you're reminded, okay, this is the path that I'm on. This is where I'm going. And then take small steps towards that every day. You don't have to take huge steps, but at least take a small step towards that every day. Because if you don't, then it's always going to be a distant goal. But if you can slowly make steps towards that, then you're going to be getting better at it. So there's a question that you can ask. Another question that you can say is, my skills would be radically different if this one thing happened in the next 12 months. Identify that. Say, like I said, if you want to be a more accomplished solderer, how's that? Identify that and use that as the food for your goals. That say, if I could be better at this in 12 months, my skills would be radically different, and I would be making things that I dream of, that I want to accomplish. So identify those, and again, write it down and visualize, okay, if I can accomplish this and be better at this, then I'm going to be making better jewelry in the future. And in 12 months, I'm going to be a much more accomplished jewelry maker than I am today. That's just some of the things that I've used to help me get over the humps and to keep focused on where I want to go. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. You write it down and identify it and keep at it. Keep hammering at it. Okay. Another question: what is one object that is holding me back from pursuing my goals or my dreams? Is it a personality trait? Are you saying, oh, I can't do this because I don't have the skills, or I can't do this because I've got other things that are more important? Just identify that and say, what's the one thing that's holding me back from accomplishing my goals? Identify it, look at it, stare it in the face and say, you know what, I need to overcome you if I'm going to get to where I want to go. So as long as you identify it, then you know where the enemy is. Then you know where the resistance is coming from. So if you are wanting to go a certain direction, you want to accomplish some goals, but you don't know what's keeping you back, you don't know where the resistance is, then you can't battle that resistance. There's a book, and it's called The War of Art. And it talks about how, as a creative person, there's always things that are going to get in the way of you creating. You're going to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to really focus on doing this. You're going to sit down, you're going to grab your hammer, and the phone's going to ring. You're going to sit down, there's going to be a knock on the door. You're going to sit down, you're going to say, oh, I need to write a list because I got to go to the store. There's going to be all these things that are going to resist you from creating. And once you identify that this is happening, then you can put on these glasses that you see everything through this filter. Not necessarily glasses, but it's kind of a filter, and you can identify it, and you can say, okay, when I'm going to sit down and something's going to come up, and you can identify it and say, there's resistance. It's trying to keep me from pursuing what I want to do. And then you can identify it, and you can say, I know what that is. I'm going to deal with that later because right now I'm focused on creating. So again, what's holding you back from doing what you want to do? Once you can identify, say, this is the resistance that I'm feeling or I'm getting, then you can put it in its compartment and you say, okay, that's resistance. I am going to ignore it, or I'm going to deal with it later because right now I've got some time set aside to accomplish the goals that I've set for myself. And the last thing is asking yourself, for me to accomplish my goals, I need to stop doing fill in the blank. Is it procrastinating? Is it blaming something else for, there's a number of things. And a lot of times it's personality traits. It's not skill-based. Because if it's skill-based, you can say, okay, I'll take a class, or I'll buy a video or search YouTube and practice that and get better at it. But a lot of times it's subconscious. And the things that are keeping us from doing it are mental rather than physical. So you need to identify those things, dig deep and say, okay, what is really causing me to stop at this wall? Say, I'm going along, and pretty soon I can't get past this skill or this wall. And a lot of times it's a mental block. And you can identify that. And once you identify it, then you can go to battle against that. So these are just food for thought. I want to, this whole channel is about training and encouraging and equipping people to be better at the craft of jewelry making. And a lot of times it's a mental game rather than skills based. All of the videos that I make are usually skills based, teach you how to use a hammer or a saw or solder. But a lot of times it's mental as well. So as long as you can identify what's going on, then you have tools that you can go into this battle and overcome that and help yourself. Sometimes you can do that yourself. Sometimes you need help to do that. And one of the things that I've created here recently is on my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/JewelryMonk. We've got a tier that's called the Bench Insider tier. And inside that tier, we have mastermind groups. So there'll be, say, 4 or 6 people in that group, and we get together once a week and we do Zoom meetings where we talk about some of the obstacles that people are having, whether it's skill-based or whether it's mental-based. And we come alongside and we encourage them and we help them get over it. So it's, if you've identified this as like, you know what, I need a community that is going to help me get over the hump of some of these battles that I'm doing. That's why I've created this tier in the mastermind group of the Bench Insider tier. And it's just designed to help people and encourage people through a group of community. So if that interests you, go check it out at the Patreon page. And it's awesome time. You'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll build relationships as well. So these are just some of the things that I wanted to encourage you today. A lot of it's not bench skills today. It's more goal setting, identifying resistance that's keeping you from that, and just saying, okay, how can I get to where I want to be, whether it's a month down the road or whether it's a year down the road or whether it's longer. So hopefully this has encouraged you and got you to thinking a little bit. If it has, leave me a message, leave me a note, leave me a comment, or get a hold of me online. You know how to do that through my website, JewelryMonk.com, or here or wherever. But hopefully this encourages you, and I just look forward to hearing feedback, and also look forward to seeing if you can sign up on the Patreon page. It's going to be a great time, and it's a small investment. It's $99 a month. So if I've spent more than that on frivolous things around the bench. So if you're serious about pursuing your career and getting better, consider that. Check it out. So take care. Thanks again. This is Doug with the Jewelry Monk Studio, and we'll see you next time.